Hey guys, and welcome back again. In this part of this series, we will be building our sound controller. The sound controller is basically a workflow in our UiPath project that activates sounds across our project or process. How interesting. I know many of you have not thought of something like this, so I find it as a really interesting component. The functionality of the sound controller is simple. 1. The sound controller should be able to play a sound in loop mode. When we say loop mode, we mean play a sound in an infinite loop. And we are doing this on a separate thread because we want the user to still have the ability to interact with the process while the sounds are being played. Next, the sound controller should also have the ability to play the sound in single mode. When we say single mode, the sound gets played, and once the clip is complete, the sound automatically stops. Next, the sound controller should also have the ability to stop a sound. So if a sound is currently being played in infinite loop and the sound controller instructs that sound to be stopped, then the sound should come to a stop. Lastly, the sound controller should have a switch. With this switch, we are able to navigate or change between the stop mode and the play modes. Without wasting too much time, let's jump into developing or building this workflow. Just in case you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I need your subscription so that I can get motivated to keep making UiPath courses for you. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you and cheers. So right now, I am going to close out of my main. I go to design, new, sequence, and I just want to create a workflow, and I want to call this workflow sound controller. I hit create, and we have our wonderful workflow here. The very first thing I want to do is drag in a sequence. So I'm going to pull the sequence right into here. Best practice, I love to do my stuff in a sequence. All right, I hit Ctrl S to save. And I want to start out by adding my log messages. I'm going to add a log message. And I'm going to duplicate this. So copy and paste. I'm going to change this to finished executing sound controller. Right. Now, I would love to add a bit of annotation. So I'm going to add some annotation. I mentioned this the last time that we would be doing this. I'm going to add some annotation. Ctrl S to save. Now, the next thing you want to do is download the sound files. I have placed the links in the description of this video, and it's my GitHub repository. You can download the sound files from that link and follow along. Now I head to my GitHub repo and I want to download this file. Now it gets downloaded into my downloads. I open up the zip file and I want to copy these sound files. You want to extract them right into your project folder. So I'm going to go to my project and I'm going to open up my project folder, and this is where I want to place it in data inside of sounds, and I want to have the files here. Looking good. Okay, just to be sure, you have placed the sound inside of the sound folder. That is a component of your UiPath project. Okay, so if I hit the File Explorer option here again, opens up this, I can see my project components in my File Explorer, and I can go back to Data folder, Sounds, and I want to confirm that this is right here. Good. The reason why I had to do that confirmation again is because for some reason I am not seeing the files here. But you need not worry about that. What it means is that the studio doesn't understand sound files. Nothing to worry about. Now let's discover a way to play sounds in Visual Basic.NET. ChatGPT to the rescue. I head over to chatgpt.com. I place my request on ChatGPT and I hit enter. Holy sweetness! ChatGPT gives me the answer right away. It says I can make use of the SoundPlayer class. And I can initialize this class by using the new keyword with the path to my .wav file within the parentheses. Pretty easy. Now it also mentions that the class comes from the system.media namespace. Let's go ahead and explore this namespace in Microsoft documentation. I copy this and I head over to Google and I place this in Google. I hit enter to search and it takes me to this page. I'm interested in the link from learn.microsoft, which is Microsoft official documentation website. I get into this and I am here. What I'm particularly interested in are the methods. So I'm going to click on the drop down here and you can see methods. I'm going to expand on this and you can see several methods. In fact, I can see play looping. I click on this and let's read what this does. It plays and loops the .wav file using a new thread. Perfect match for what I am looking for. Now you can see again, stop. And what does it do? It stops playback of a sound if playback is occurring. Perfect. So I can use the stop to stop the sound, and I can use play looping method to play the sound in an infinite loop. Let's explore another method that should serve the last use case. Before we exit out of this page, if you go over to play, you see what this method does is that it plays the .wav file using a new thread and loads the .wav file first if it has not been loaded. So this plays the sound once. Pretty interesting. I'm going to head back to my UiPath project and I am back to my project. Let's implement this now.